I hoped and trusted that one day things would work out that I'd get to have one back. So I'm incredibly thankful I get to have this guitar. Oh man, this is my 1957 Gibson Country Western. It's also called an SJN, Southern Jumbo Natural. This is from 1957. Now this is absolutely a salvage title version of my absolute dream guitar. I got this guitar a few months ago and it was rough. Needed some TLC. It's still not perfect. It will never be perfect, and perfect is the enemy of a great guitar. Perfect is the enemy of great. So this is a great guitar, and what makes this thing great? Oh, I love this thing. I love everything about it. I have chased this guitar, this kind of guitar, since I was 19 years old, and that picture that I keep showing over and over and over, that Gibson Southern Jumbo from 45, I've chased this guitar forever, and it is only because you watch these videos. Literally, this one came from a YouTube subscriber, from a patron, who's become a friend, who found a cool guitar that needed some TLC. It has a Sitka spruce top. It has mahogany back and sides. It has an ebony rosewood fingerboard that has been replaced. This was made in 1957. We know almost nothing about it other than it was used a lot. By the time it showed up in the mid-2000 teens, like 2000 teens, whatever you call that decade, by then it was very, very rough. It had no fingerboard. It was pretty much dead on arrival. And my friend Adam got it, and then a luthier got it and worked on it. And I've seen the luthier that did the work in the comments on some of these videos. This guitar was kind of brought back from the dead. It was rough. Somewhere along the way, it had most of the finish sanded off of it and then some extra finish put onto it. So this guitar, when Adam got it, had no fingerboard, so they put a fingerboard on and they were able to, it's either the original binding or it has to be replaced binding. But somehow it was able to just look the part, like to look right and to look old. And but big chunky neck, no neck cracks. It does have some spots here, like on the side, it was sanded through. So when I got this guitar, it had a new fingerboard. Now the inlays on the fingerboard they're not right as far as a SJN or a Country Western or an SJ. Like they're just, they're more right down here, but by the time you get up top, they're too big, they're too close together, but it's cool. I'm not going to change it. It's not worth changing it to me. I think it's cool. But for the purists among us, I mean, if you're a purist, this guitar's not for you. It's for me. when I got it, it had a really ugly, just repro pickguard. Not a bad choice, probably the best choice somebody could make. But they didn't have an ace up their sleeve like I do in Taylor Mullins, who runs Holter pickguards. So Taylor made the absolute coolest, best pickguard. He also surprised me with an incredible matching truss rod cover out of the same material. This is era correct, beautiful, deep, rich, bricky maroon, just awesome, kind of candy colored tortoise here. I am so happy with this. There's a link in the description down below for his pickguards. He's an unbelievably talented guy. Also, Nathan Wright, the other incredibly talented guitar luthier, repairman friend that's connected to this story. I sent this guitar to Nathan Wright in McMinnville, Tennessee, and he did a couple things. At first, he talked me down off the ledge, off of a bunch of things. I wanted to refinish the back and sides. I wanted to do everything I could to make this guitar as original and clean and tidy as I could make it. And he talked me out of all of that. He basically said, hey, why don't you just go ahead and let's take the finish off the bridge. And then he got inside. He actually found some stuff, but he talked me out of doing finish work on the back and sides because he said basically it's not worth it. It's the damage is already done here where someone sanded through the side, and on the back, like, it's not going to get a whole lot prettier. And so I'm glad he talked me out of that. He did, it had some bright repro tuners, and so he ended up swapping the tuners, not swapping the tuners, he ended up aging the tuners while they were there. So now they really look right. It is cool. The bushings are original, or at least they're very old, and so they look the part. So now, other than they're not tulips, this guitar should look a lot like Rick Beato's. It's not quite the same. His is cleaner than this one, but it's from the same year, which is insane to me that he owns one, I own one. This is probably the best 57 Gibson I will be able to own in my lifetime. So Nathan got this guitar, he took the finish off the bridge. On the inside, he found a bunch of weird stuff. This guitar's had some weird repairs, had some extra braces, had some stuff that just didn't need. So there was like some extra bracing under here that came out. There were two, I forget where they were. They were like on the tone bars. There were some extra braces that he was like, they just aren't needed. Maybe somebody was worried about this. I don't know why they're in there. He said they popped out really easy when he got his knife under it. So the last thing he did is he put a K&K Pure Mini in it, and that's how I'll end this video. I'm incredibly thankful for this guitar and for the three friends, Adam, Taylor, and Nathan. I mean, I solve problems in my life with friends, and I hope you get to be the same way. You have people that you love and trust in your passions. You find people that are also passionate about that. So, yeah, the last note. This thing, it needs the last thing to make this thing like totally the way I want it. I need a repro of the sticker that goes on the back, the Country Western with the rope around the outside of that sticker. So if you know of anyone or if you make one, I would love to have one. That's the last thing keeping this guitar from being like properly cool and totally original. It will never be totally original, but it will be cool and like much more like it was when it left the factory in 1957. The lesson I have learned with this guitar, I had to give up a guitar very similar to this when life got hard. And good things come back. Oh man, it was such a hard, we had babies, no money. I was in a full commission sales job, and money was better than guitars. And I had to sell a guitar, and I hoped and trusted that one day things would work out that I'd get to have one back. So I'm incredibly thankful I get to have this guitar. And I hope that that's a helpful lesson, and I find that to be universally true, that hard work is a good precursor to good things. Let's listen to this thing. It sounds monstrously good. So this is it. I'm just going to record in the room just so you get an idea. This is not like a total tone test, but it's a K&K Pure Mini, and I'm just going to use over here, I've got a Zoom H5 with the XY mic. So it's just going to record in the room what this thing sounds like. It's going through an LR Baggs reverb into an LR Baggs Venue DI. So that's it. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Jeremy. I'm the Guitar Hunter. It means so much to me that you watch these videos. Oh, man, good things come back.